All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays. Coming to you live on this Friday early morning in the United States, 5 a.m. in the United States. I am here in Dubai. I'm trying to time these with a little bit better with opening of the stock market, but I am unable to do so. I've given up on the GoPro as a webcam. GoPro software is just too annoying to constantly compile. I'm going to switch up the format a little bit. I'm going to just focus on the charts. I'm going to keep these videos shorter, and I'm going to try to launch the private Q&A Zoom sessions probably early next month. Shout out to Moon Carl. Did a little stream with him yesterday. Went on his channel. He gets like between 75 and 100,000 views. So in a matter of hours, I instantly picked up close to 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube, and therefore I am now over 100,000 subs. Thank you, a milestone reached. It took forever. So thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for following me for the last 5 years. And I'm going to try to be a little more efficient. I'm going to try to talk less about politics and COVID, even though it's completely disastrous. Maybe I'll just make separate videos for that. All right, let's go to the charts. Screen share. There we go. All right, restarted my computer, and therefore, let me open this up so I can get this out of the way. One sec. All right. And therefore, we have the oscillators up by default. The weekly RSI has gone into the normal range outside of overbought. That is a pretty significant development. If we close in this range here at the end of the week, I would consider that an area where you don't want to stay long. Usually when the RSI comes out of the overbought area, that is a sign that there's potentially more downside. So we are definitely keeping an eye on that. This weekly candle is no longer attractive to the bulls. However, we are going to stay patient, and I am going to wait for this candle to close. I'm not going to make any rush judgments on the weekly scale until this candle closes. The MACD is still bullish. The RSI is still bullish. And very importantly, the MRI indicator, one of my favorite indicators, it is still bullish. So it's staying bullish. It's not telling you to be overly concerned, but I don't like the fact that we are about to close lower than last week's low. That is a pretty bad sign. Okay, daily chart. The daily chart, while yesterday in the afternoon in Dubai, the daily chart looked like it was rebounding when the stock market opened and the stock market dropped significantly. That changed pretty much everything. Of course, as you guys know, I was still bullish in my GBTC position. My stop loss has been hit where I didn't take off a lot, but I took off some more. I now have 50% of my account that is available to put back into the market. I did not like this drop. As I told you guys yesterday on the daily scale, if we close the day below the 20-period moving average, I would be very, very concerned that there is more downside. This has now gone onto the fourth candle of a more serious correction. And at this point, unless today's candle rallies all the way back above the 20-period moving average, I am playing the position that we will achieve an MRI buy potential. So that means 4 to 5 more days of downside, going all the way as low as the low $40,000 range. That would create a beautiful buy the dip opportunity for me if I can time that with the MRI as a buying signal. That would be absolutely perfect. So I'm waiting for one of these green arrows. We have not had one of those in the buy direction in a while. The closest we came to getting an MRI buy was right here on January 24th, where we had an MRI warning of a buy with the MRI buy coming in on the following candle if we had traded lower than these lows. That didn't happen, but the MRI warning was a good signal to get in the market, even though that is a very scary situation. That is a candle that gave you a brand new daily low close. It also gave you a red star. So everything bad was lining up with this candle, but the moving average saved us. This is the 50 period moving average, I believe it is. And I would love to get another opportunity to buy at the 50 period moving average along with the MRI buy, which I was hoping would happen 2 candles prior to this one. Sometimes it's very difficult to time the market perfectly. Now, also notice this right here was an MRI weekly top. So there was other reasons to be very, very cautious in the market. We never made it to our 3rd consecutive MRI top. We pulled back earlier. Also notice this red line. I was saying that below this red line, Bitcoin is in trouble and it is going to go down. Is it possible that the low has been made? It is possible, but I am now leaning bearish. To me, this is a pretty bearish daily look, and I will now look for a bigger drop before getting back in. I will also talk about what happens if we don't drop. This red star going below the moving average, it's much easier for me to make the bearish case. The MACD was very early on this call. Those of you that trade the MACD, as of February 23rd, the MACD told you that Bitcoin price is in trouble. Here is February 23rd. That's when the MACD told you to get out of the market. What about the RSI? Well, right here, February 22nd, the RSI told you to get out of the market of Bitcoin. So the oscillators did their job fairly well, and the funding rate is still somewhat positive. So there's still some room to go to the downside before selling has exhausted. The CMF has been pretty bullish. That's one of the few things that remains fairly bullish. But right now, I cannot assume that the low is in. Right now, I am looking for a lower low to buy this dip properly. Okay, let's go to lower level time frame. By the way, shout out to Willy Woo. Willy Woo just put out another forecast. I'm gonna grab one screenshot that I'm sure he won't mind because it doesn't show anything. But let me see if I can drag it over. I can. Yeah, shout out to Willy, who puts out these forecasts. This is his latest forecast, just came out yesterday. I actually read it this morning. Him and I are pretty much in line, which is good. Somewhat. I don't want to be, on the opposite side of Willy Woo. That's probably end up dangerous for me. But yeah, this is his newsletter. I'm sure you guys know how to find Willy, and I got to get him back on the channel soon. Okay, lower level time frames. See, I don't like this candle right here. I know we have rebounded since a few hours ago, but I don't like this candle. So the red star candle, it closed below the support line of the MRI, and it gave you a brand new low close and a brand new low swing low. I don't like that. I just don't like that environment. As you can see, there is some divergence in the MACD, but there is not divergence in the CMF, and the RSI is slightly divergent as well because we have a lower close, the higher RSI. So RSI and the MACD are showing you some divergence. The CMF is not. Volume, I guess, has picked up on this downturn a little bit. I had this bearish triangle going. Yes, we broke out above these highs. Again, a tricky situation to trade to the upside here because we did break out. We did close higher than all these highs. Was I bullish right here on this candle? Yes, I was. When this was happening, I was actually hanging out with Carl, with the Moon Carl and a bunch of other guys. Gordon Einstein, shout out as well. I was hanging out with those guys. You can see it on Twitter. And we were doing interviews. But then right here at noon Eastern time, New York time, which would have been about 8 p.m., I believe, I think it's like an 8-hour difference, about 8 p.m. In Dubai. This is when it kind of starts crashing down. This is why these red stars are pretty useful. Now, when the red star happens after a big drop, you got to be a little bit more careful. But when the red star is happening and in consolidation, it's a lot more useful. We did get an MRI buy here. The market rebounded for 1 to 4 candles like it usually does, and now it's accelerating to the downside again. I'm not putting too much on this upwards move. Yes, we can go back to 47, but chances are we are going to go to new lows. We are now in this cycle of lower lows and lower highs, and this potentially can continue a little bit longer. So look at the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart has very nice support at the moving average. As you can see by these arrows, I anticipated the price of Bitcoin to rebound off the MRI into the depth cross and then go down into the moving average. We still have about 4 or 5 candles to go, and we might get an MRI buy on a 4-hour chart around this moving average. Is that the 200 period moving average maybe? On let me see. Yep, that's the 200 period moving average. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the. Could I switch this? This. No, that's right. 2050. Yep, I have them 2050 200. Yeah, that's 200 moving average. So I am still bearish across all these time frames. I'm bearish on the 4-hour. I'm bearish on the 1-hour. I'm now bearish on the daily as well. I know it's a reversal candle, but we still have a lot of time left. If this candle closes anywhere below $45,500, I will be very bearish going into tomorrow. I just need this candle to close more than halfway down the range of the candle, and that's a pretty bearish candle going into tomorrow. But I would love to pick this up in the low $40,000 range, especially if it happens to be an MRI. All right, the NASDAQ. I have to pull up a chart of the NASDAQ. This is the NASDAQ? Yep, there's the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ took a huge hit. The S&P is not really reflecting that big a hit on the NASDAQ. This is also the NASDAQ. No, it's not. That's NASDAQ. Okay. So here's the S&P. Remember, the S&P was on a monthly MRI top. So this was to be a very critical month for potentially a 1 to 4 month correction. The month was doing really, really well, but now that the month is coming to an end, things are starting to look different. What is this? That's the S&P daily. The S&P daily took a big hit as well, and this is usually my S&P weekly. So my S&P weekly, I'm curious what the MRI counts are. The MRI counts are still bullish on the S&P weekly, but the monthly is giving you some caution signs. If the markets drop into the end of week, this becomes a very nasty reversal candle and potentially more downside, maybe to the bottom of this channel, but then I am expecting a breakout to the top of that channel. I do believe that people are going to run to the safety of stocks and away from the scare of government bonds. People are no longer trusting governments, and that's why a lot of these private assets are rising like crazy, from the stock market to Bitcoin to everything. Even art and collectibles, everything is rising because no one wants to keep money in public debt, just want private debt or something that doesn't have that. Gold, I am pretty damn bearish gold right now. Once again, that's the daily chart. You can see we just made a new swing low and a new swing close. I'm a momentum trader, guys. So anytime we make new lows, I'm bearish. Anytime we make new highs, I'm bullish. That's a way better of a winning trading formula than being a perpetual bear of new all-time highs. I'm never a bear of a new all-time high. I'm always a bull of a new all-time high. Let's see what my other charts say. GBTC premium. Everyone is talking about how GBTC premium went negative. I don't know where they see that. I don't trust what I see on the internet. I build my own formulas when I have to. So here's GBTC premium, and yes, it did. So even my own formula is saying that GBTC premium went negative. I didn't see that earlier. So GBTC premium has gone negative, has not started trading yet. So that is a negative GBTC premium. That's the first time I see a negative GBTC premium. This will get arbitraged away. That is interesting. I got to see what the GBTC premium looks like when the market opens. And unfortunately, this is a rough time zone. I am going to be out with people while it opens. But if the GBTC premium is negative, according to my own formula, I would be interested in buying because that's pretty much free money. The GBTC premium will get arbitraged away because it makes no sense for it to be negative whatsoever because there is an underlying, unless Barry Silbert has gotten hacked, there's no reason for this to be negative. It's possible for it to be negative when there's overzealous selling, but I would be interested in picking some up, but I'm also going to wait and buy the dip properly. So that's once again a dynamic, but you have to understand how GBTC and GBTC premiums work. That's it for me. I have not been looking at your live chat, guys, but looking at my moderator chat, maybe there's one or two good questions. Nope, none of my moderators have posted it. How do we do on live views today? We're at 725 live viewers, but most of America is asleep. They will see this when they wake up. Also, on yesterday's video, someone commented on my watch. That is in the affiliate section. So that's the Cryptomatic watch. Someone asked, just go to cryptomatic.com right there. You get a 10% discount code. I'm literally wearing this one right here. These have been sold out for years. I got to talk to the creator of this watch. I think he's making a new style. So you can go ahead and check out the affiliate page. Those interested in learning how to trade, I have a couple of workshops, webinars, also the MRI indicator, which I use religiously in my analysis, is there as well, along with on-demand workshops. I am here in Dubai. I will be here for a month, and planning dinners with people almost every night. Otherwise, working during the day and planning dinners with people every night. We are gonna bring the financial summit back. I got a call about that this weekend. Either it's coming back to Bali in November, or I will bring it to Zanzibar, maybe in October if it's not too late, to rent out the majority of this one gorgeous resort that I found in Zanzibar. And we're gonna take another chance, and hopefully people will fly into Zanzibar even during the pandemic. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Like I said, I've given up on using the GoPro as my webcam. They need to seriously fix their software. It is absolutely terrible. All right. Thank you, guys, and see you all soon. Oh, 100,000 subs. Again, shout out. Thank you for following me. Some people have been following me for 5-6 years. Thank you for sticking with me. And, hopefully I get to meet everybody one day as I continue to travel around the world and do meetups and tweet out, where I'm grabbing a drink. One of these days I have to stop drinking too. Later, guys. See you all on the next one.